There we go. Continue. So, all we should have left to do is find the last 3 ID cards. And then we can find out what's in the underground. Right, so those are all in the warehouse, so we might as well just fast travel up to the warehouse. I still can't work out if that's just like a bunch of circles or if it's like a spiral. Ah. If I'm remembering correctly, I'm actually gonna need to be like really careful in combat now because got rid of one of my healthy boy mods. We also get something to heal me whenever I hit things with launch. Right, okay, so somewhere we have more keys. I wonder why it lets you interact with that, because it doesn't seem to do anything. So I remember I picked up some from here already, but it's worthwhile just going through, looking again, just in case I did miss something. Right. Something tells me this is how I entered initially. Nope, it is not. It is not how I entered initially. Okay. Oops. Oh my god. Right. I'm going to need to check everywhere possible, even if it doesn't necessarily make sense.
ID card for a cartographer.
Cartographer, that's whoever was mapping this place, I guess. Pretty sure cartographer is the map one. Pretty sure I read those. Okay. Right, the question is, how far up was that door? Way too far, okay. Right, I'm assuming we came in through that one down there then. Yeah, that we came in through this one. No, we definitely didn't come in through this one. Right, okay. I hope that didn't lock behind me. Okay, so we've got another box. And that appears to be it. Okie dokie. Right. Yeah, that would have locked behind me because otherwise there'd be no way back out. Okay. Right, so that was just make sure you can time it right kind of thing. So we want to go to the power core storage. Doesn't seem like there's anything in there. Alright, next floor. Unless... no. Was this one where it... no, it wasn't. It was the one after. Right. Which side are we on? So I think... need to be on the other side. There it is. There's another thing. Right. That's another ID card.
Another one of those ID cards. Security chief.
It's like an in-between floor, so I guess this unlocks this floor now. Nope, I guess not, okay. I'm pretty sure at some point there's like this stuff starts showing up. Unless that doesn't happen now. I guess that doesn't happen now. Right. I need to find a way into that, I think. Oh no, we already made this way in there, didn't we? Yeah. So punch your way through the wall, and bam, you're on this side. Right. Wait, was it this one where we had like a bunch of stuff appearing? It is. On either side. Right, right, so this was a hidden control point. That's fine. That works. Right, so we still need one ID card. Right. So I think there's a little bit above wherever floor 6 is. Just a matter of finding a way to get higher, I guess. Don't think we can. Right, I'm pretty sure it's this wall, this wall, this wall, this wall. But like... I'm not entirely sure what it'll do. Also, I'm pretty sure this stops bullets. Oh, no, it's starting on that wall. Crap. Wonder how you're supposed to get those then, because I'm pretty sure I can't shoot through this. Wait, what if you use Pierce? What if Pierce goes through? Right. So I'm pretty sure I thought it was this side, but I think it starts at this side. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can't actually damage it with this. So I need to find the control point. Wait, do I? I can just change it from here, okay. Apparently I'm just an idiot, that's fine. Get rid of all that. Get rid of these two. Still 27 in there. And that one new one to there. Right, right, so how am I meant to do this? Because it doesn't... Nothing there seems to go through. I can't shoot through the, like, mesh. Is there a way up? No, because each floor is separated by those. Right, well, I am kind of stumped. Go up as far as it'll let me and see if... like another room maybe at the side. Yeah, no, I can't see all the way up there. Right, I'm just going to pause this for a sec while I find out what I need to actually do here. Okay, I feel kind of dumb, because I never even considered doing this. Basically, what we're supposed to do is that... Right. I think the first one was this side, but I'm not 100% sure. Nope, complete other opposite side. Oh, it smashed one. Right, so if this was the last one, the first one must be this one. Right. Does 4. I don't even know if I got them all. I feel like I definitely missed at least one there. But there we go, got that one. Missed that one. Got that one. Got that one. Oh! Apparently I got all of them. Huh? Did I do all that for a cat? Apparently the answer to that is yes. Right, okay, so... I guess we head back down. So we're still missing one key card. Kinda hoping that'd give us an extra floor, but apparently it just gave us a cat. Up into this one. Yeah, I remember cutting the crate through this, but... Right, okay. So they're all somewhere in this general area. Right, where are we at the moment? So we're in warehouse path, which is not actually warehouse, which means the keycard won't be in there. Any more for any more? No? Good. Right, okay. I already went in there, didn't I? Because I went in from the top, yeah. And here. Oh, so this is how you're normally supposed to do it, I see. Right. Right, I might pause it while I look up where to get this last key card because I am stumped. Might as well unpause it so we've got... Oh, crap. So we've got something besides me just... Ow! Right, okay. So what do we have? We have... on the bunk bed, yellow building furthest from warehouse control point, which I'm pretty sure we already have, but we'll check. Right, so warehouse control point, furthest would be this one. I'm assuming it was on this bunk bed, the brightly lit one, or one of those. So, at least we know we already have that one, right. On a table in the yellow building at the top of the ramp, near the control point. Right, it's not in here, which means we already have this one. Next up is from number 2 on a piece of scaffolding around the corner. Which I'm assuming is this one, which we got, which was the cartographers. Next up is corridor after using 3 crystal platforms to get to a hole in the large column. This game does not like me tabbing out and tabbing back in. Right, okay, so we're just gonna go through until we need to use 3. Not this way though. Right, I think the first 3 floors were puzzles.
28 days now spent inside what we're calling the oldest house. Northmore insists on it. I'm too tired to ask why. I'm not sleeping well. Her orders. Me and my research team have established a permanent...
Wait a second. I just need to check up on something, right.
Like the obedient head of research file investigating that odd pillar.
There's one that says like ground floor.
Ley lines, dragon roads, Hyligulinian, call them what you want. this pillar, the clock. I started building something. Equal parts talisman and technology. An array that
I don't see it in there, so I don't think it is in there.
that's the idea at least. We'll see how it goes. I prefer to work away from it.
Right, so if we... Right, if we go up to this floor, I made it through there. So I started climbing this because my brain went like, yeah, for the bit where we need to use 3 things. That would, oh crap, that'd be this bit here. Well, that failed horribly. I use 3. You can get in the hole in here, which this is number 4. So in a corridor using 3 crystal platforms to get to a hole in the large column. It's somewhere in here, which we already grabbed it. And then the last one they mention is in the elevator room at the rear of the column, ground level. Yoink. Yoink. Alright. Right, okay. The last one was ground floor, which I'm not sure if that would be this bit here. How'd you get in? Right, there it is.
This ID card was for an excavation, and from the layer of dust on this place, nobody swept here in years. Not even Ahti. No way he'd stand for this. There's an elevator, which I'm sure is super safe, in a space in each terminal for an ID card. But which card goes where?
Right, okay, well there's maps here. Oh, wait. Would that be... Right, tell you what. I'll see if I can find one that looks... Right, there's lights around here, so I would assume this is... No. Tell you what. How's about I find the ones that make a lot of sense. Right, you've got a typewriter and a screen. Right, they've got that, so this is a physicist. Go Gustav. Guns, your chief of security. Oh yeah, sorry about that. So I think this one might be the excavate. Yeah, I think they're excavation. No, they're not. You're a cartographer. Your excavation. And that one's research.
It worked. Now I just have to get on a rickety elevator that goes who knows how far down.
On the way to the basement.
Dust. Still, this lab's way tidier than any of Darling's.
Hello? Right, there's a valve there, but I'm not touching that valve until I know what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah, okay.
Why would they need such a heavy door down here?
That might explain why. Where's it going? Wait, I didn't drop anything.
This looks like a nail, only mini. A document. Is this in some kind of code? I can't read a word of it. I should take this back to Emily and tell her I got into Ash's secret lab.
Yeah. I really want to hit that. Right, what we'll do, we'll take the notes to Emily. Because she might find out what we need to do with that valve. I would assume that it's a Rule 3 thing. You hit it 3 times and bam, you sorted. Right, we want to go back to Crossroads. Then we can have a word with Emily. Not gonna lie, without looking it up I would have never have assumed that I could have opened that door.
Director?
I found Ash's secret lab.
Excellent. Please tell me everything. Spare no details.
Well, there was another cave. The walls were covered in paintings of eyeballs. The research seemed dedicated to studying a kinda smaller version of the nail. It looked like the same material as the one up here, but just a different shape.
Well, are you sure you didn't see any functioning prototypes? Or at least some schematics? I mean, Dr. Ash was a very accomplished engineer.
None. Sorry. I did find this handwritten note.
Wow. Ash had terrible handwriting. Never meet your heroes, right? So it looks like a transcribed conversation between Ash and someone named F. Ooh. Oh, this is juicy. This'll take me days to parse out. Maybe weeks.
Have you ever thought about taking a vacation, Emily?
Are you kidding? This is my vacation, Jessie.
Alright.
Now that this nail business is handled, I should probably be getting back to executive. But maybe I'll keep poking around. Just for a little bit.
Alright, Nailfield.
Has the nail been doing anything since we restored it?
Define anything.
Anything unusual?
Define unusual.
Emily.
Sorry, but the answer is a whopping yes. Now that it's whole, the nail is emitting a constant field of, well, think of it like low-level radiation. It seems to suppress any biological matter it encounters. This explains why nothing grows here and why the Bureau had to abandon the area. Prolonged exposure would certainly begin affecting neural processes.
Oh.
Wait. Was the field created when I cleansed the nail?
I considered that, but the nail's readings are quite different from the ones I recorded at the cleanse control points. I think the nail's field is purely of its own making. In fact, I think it would passively prevent any His corruption, like the HRAs do. Which makes me wonder what actually occurred when you cleansed the nail.
I've been wondering about that myself. Did the board let the hiss corrupt the nail? Did they want me to cleanse it? If so, why?
I mean, if they did, and they did, if it stops, well, if it's like emitting a field of radiation, that could prevent anyone from like fiddling with it in future, which also prevents us from fiddling with it in future.
What do you know about Director Northmore?
It was like get Emily out
Well,
there,
he
so
was Director Trench's predecessor, and Northmore's famous for being the first board-appointed director. See, before we found the oldest house, directors were picked by committees of old men in suits, drinking cognac and smoking cigars or whatever. You know, standard, uninteresting methods.
I think the word you're looking for is bureaucratic.
Or antiquated. Regardless, Northmore was eventually forced to... Well, we don't need to go into that. Strangely, the only 2 board-appointed directors left the position under unusual circumstances. If the board appoints a director, then how do they retire them? I doubt they go out and buy you a gold watch. Sorry, Jessie, I didn't mean to imply that...
Don't worry. If anyone's getting shown the door, it's them. What do you know about an entity named Former?
I can't say I've heard of it. You got any details for me?
Well, imagine a one-eyed bug thing. I think it was a part of the board, but then something happened and now it's separate.
Interesting. See, I always wondered if the board was some sort of entity or group or conglomerate of linked consciousnesses, but this supports the group theory. Although I could have undergone some sort of corporeal exile. Too many unknowns to form a working hypothesis yet, but I can prioritize this matter in future astral dives if you think it's important. Fortune favors the prepared. Do it. I'm gonna keep looking around. I wish I could go with you, but I still need 30 hours of training before I can do field work. We'll work on that.
Right.
Don't be a stranger.
So if we go back to the warehouse, hop in the elevator, go down, see what fiddling with that valve does. Wait a second. So the valve's presumably off at the moment. But yeah, what else is off at the moment? That thingy. Sorry, that is very descriptive. The hand wash thing. Right. I don't remember which exactly it was in. Right, okay, so we want to be... Hit that dude at another dude. Right, okay. That was just bunk beds. Maybe it was this one? Right. That do anything? I wonder if there's like anything else that I've just like not noticed actually fiddled with, because we've got 2 cats from this area. Whoa. I just remembered, like, where was it? Over in the collapsed departments, there was a bridge. There was a cat in front of like a door, but I couldn't interact with the cat. I'm wondering if now there's 3 cats over by the door. First off, I should probably spend that so I don't forget to. Side. So for starters, there is actually something like all the way back at the entrance. If I go back here, I should be able to find out what's off to the left. Maybe. Okay, so yeah. Chasm. Right, before I go that way. Anything over this way? Fallen ceiling, okay, cool. That's hooked up now. That's concerning. Not all that way. Oh, let's go to the creepy cube. It does nothing, okay. There was something quite big here. Okay. I didn't even notice this.
I can't see a thing. Maybe I should have thought this through.
Right. So if this thing's looking forward,
The light. Another TV.
that's Artie. Right.
It's
Moment.
so dark. How am I supposed to drag this thing out of here?
Oh. Oh. Yeah, when something like hits you a moment too late. I was supposed to bring the TV with me. What on earth are they doing to attack? Whatever it is, I'm claiming that dude. Wait a second. Oh. Oh, that is bright. That's not good.
This is fine, Jesse. You're okay. Just don't drop the TV.
Oh, fine. Pretty sure that can't follow us up here. Um, not meant to eat that. Oh, okay, it's just a light. Right. Oh, the TV pacifies them, okay. Right, what I'll do. Move over this side. Oh, fudge, that's not good. Okay, we're all good, we're all good. Not as good as I initially hoped. Right. Right, okay, so I'm gonna need to just like get through here as quickly as I possibly can. Apparently just gliding works. Right, okay, cool. Aye. Right, why is there a TV in the wall? Ow. Oh, it's not. Oh. Jesus Christ, that hurt. Grab that guy too. That'll do. Do? Right. you. Right, you are friendly. Good. That's just a light. I thought that was an extra TV screen. Okay. Oh, that's not good. Right, okay. Fudge. Oh. Right, okay, so we won't be able to see for a little bit. Oh no, that's... Ow. Okay, so that's just an empty cave. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So that's drawn to the TV. Good to know, good to know. No, never mind, it's drawn to me. I know that tune. Oh dear. Right, okay, so. Okay, so we can just bypass them. Which I suppose it... Oh, fudge. No! My TV! Right, okay.
There's the way out. Up there. Back at the cell. Thank God.
Right, that's all the missions in Foundation. So that's something. What's this one? Just energy, that's fine, I can ignore that one. Alright. So what I do want to check out is where the rest of these cats are, because we found 2 in the thingy. Control cats. Right. Cat puzzle involving numerous Mineki Neko statues. Right, so we got cat 1. Right, astral collision control point. Astral collision. Right. Turn right and head straight and down. Should see a gold cube near 2 beams. This one, turn right and head straight and down. Yep, there it is. This was the one that I spent ages trying to take to a location and it winds up just despawning. Launching at the toilet stalls around the corner. So these ones... Ah, okay. Okay. Next up we need to head to the collapse department. Into data processing, looking for a toilet block merging with the astral plane. You know, I should probably spend these points as well. Right. So we want collapse department. And we are heading towards data processing. those guys zoom around so much, Jesus. That works. Right. So just grab whatever we can from here and then continue to look for the toilet. This way? It was, right, okay, so... Right, Gold Cube, where do you live? There's no point me grabbing it till now. Right there, okay, cool. Right, so that puts us at 3 now. Right, okay, so this one is going to take quite a few and I've got to be careful not to accidentally leave the area. So we want... where is it? Cave Bridge. So there's 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. need 2 more. I don't know how exactly these are meant to all fit together, but for now I'm just going to dump some in. Oi, sorry about that. I've been really terrible at catching sneezes lately. I like muting in time. I know that looks like a cube. Bye, Felicia. Right, okay. I need like 2 more cubes. Wait, how do I get up there again? I need to be up there initially. Dang never. Right, okay. So I need to go back to the cave bridge one. This is control point. Right, that's the wrong button. Right, so what I think I need to do is get up there, find as many as I can up there before coming down. Nope, 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 nope. It's nowhere near high enough, right. Right, I'm just going to run to the other end of the thing so I can just reset it. Right, so we start off with 3 down here. What I need to do is find... So we've got 4 down here, so I need to find 4. Right, so what I need to do is back to Cave Bridge. There's one. Two. Oh, thanks. I'm good. Right. There's 3. There's number 4. Okay. Then the last one is just over here. Right, okay, so how do these need doing? First I'm on the grid, on the top of the squares marked with cats. So some of them have cat paw prints. That is really difficult to actually see. Oh no, never mind. So it looks like a big cat paw here, which is what I was looking at, but it's actually these ones here. We need one there. One there. One there. Where's the last one? Can we get this one? Okay, so the next one is collapsed apartment. So we need collapsed apartment. I think it said something about the far right path back to the crossroads. Huh? Right. Start at collapsed apartment. Make your way to the far right path to crossroads. Use a series of ledges to get to a ledge quite close to the nail. Once there, look inside the cardboard box. So am I supposed to be going back through the fractured cavern? I guess so. I remember this room. There's a dude with like a Gatling gun. It was not appreciated. It sounds like I'm getting chased by one of those guys with hammers. Oh, not mower. Alright, I'm confused. Do that so we do it. Right. Far right path to the crossroads. There's a small ledges to get to a ledge quite close to the nail. Oh, do that up there. But how do we get to that up there? I think it wants me to be like up there, but I don't see how to get up there. Right, what I'm going to do is going to be a bit cheeky. I'm going to just like YouTube how to get to this one. So I shall be back shortly. So I have a rough idea of where I'm supposed to go now. It turns out I don't know why this guide says to go the far right path, because from the looks of things you go the central path.
Reinforcements are here!
Right. Where am I going? Oh, up there. Yeah, the guide's like, oh, go the far right path. But from the looks of things, right. Why don't I just go to this one? Now, being 100% honest, I'm probably wrong with the direction I'm going. This is just the direction that makes the most sense to me by where they were on the map. Or it looked like they were on the map, because I never actually showed the map. They also never showed how they got to where they were. So basically, it mentioned something about heading from the collapse department, then following the platforms, and he basically jump cut to the last jump. Yeah, the one that's like he's already where he needs to be. So this is literally no help to anyone. It's gonna be like really low down, isn't it? No. Oh my goodness. Right, so the guide's just telling you a really stupid location to go from. One sec. Right, so basically all that we have to do once we're back here, go up as far as we can. Basically just going between the ledges until we hit one with a cardboard box, which is that one over there. And there it is. Right. So the next cat, where is this thing? Right, so we need to make our way back to the collapsed department. make your way into data entry, look to the right and find an office with a painting in the centre of the wall.
Send a ranger out. Director's orders.
Right, well, we found the right room. Right, okay. The upside is they're not constantly healing now. Which means they'll be infinitely easier to deal with. What's this last one?
Attack from the side! Oh shit!
What's the last thing? In my side now. Oh, what's that? Oh. Where is it? There it is. Oh. Right, so this one we go through this wall. Wait, no, I've already been in here, which means I already grabbed that. Right, okay, so we already have this cat. There's that cat, which we got earlier. Right, head to the Astral Tower PW control point. Then over the platforms directly ahead of you, shoot the crystal at the center to reveal a golden cube. Then take the cube ahead of you, destroy another set of crystals, reveal where the cube needs to go. Right, okay. Right, so we need Astral Tower PW. So what was it? We need to go over to the platform orbs directly ahead. Shoot the crystals in the center to reveal a gold cube. Do I have a fight when we land? No? Okay. There it is. Right. What was next? So we got this cube. Take the cube ahead of you, destroy another set of crystals to reveal where the cube needs to go. Over here? Yeah, okay. Look at this. You're down here. Right, so that's number 7. Number 8 is... Oh god, okay. Oh, okay. That's why that's PW, the other one was PE. Pillar West, Pillar East. Right, well I need to just make my way back up to the control point. And from there I'll be able to make my way to the last bit. So basically the really dark area we went through for the you ever feel like you've just gone the wrong way? Because I do. That leads us to here. If I just jump off actually. Does that put me back to a control point? Nope, just puts me back up here and reduces my health a little bit. Okay. Crap. Apparently if I went this side I'd just got straight to the control point. Right, okay, so where do we need to go again? We need to go to Cave Bridge. Because we're heading to the chasm. This might be rough. We're not heading to the Cave Bridge. Right, are we? I genuinely don't know. Yes we are. Something tells me we weren't supposed to go to this one. The guide lied to me again. Right, so it's just like, oh, same one you did for the found footage mission. It's like, mate, that is not helping in the slightest.
My life in this
Get rid of that user. Right. Right, there's no point me going that way because that was just an exit. Basically, I need to find my way back to a control point so I can try to go to the right one.
Of course, Father, the great director,
There we go. I've got to say the map doesn't really help things either because it's not clear what connects to what really. Like where I can currently see on the map has a bit of an overlap with another part of the cave. Sorry, where I'm trying to go has an overlap with another part of the cave. Right. Can I get up far enough? Can I use that? So apparently I just completely ran past it. didn't even notice I ran past it. I'm getting frustrated over nothing. Right, so what it says is to grab a torch, use the door, not the hole, jump past one gap into a large combat space, for a small hole in the wall blocked by rubble, remove the rubble and jump in. The final cat is waiting for you alongside a lovely document about Artie. Okay. Come on. Nope. Oh, thank goodness, these are a lot lower level now. Guessing this is a large combat area. Oh, Christ, okay. Right, so we're looking for a small gap in a wall blocked by rubble. That looks like it might be it. Right, that should be all the cats. Every time. Problem is this control that I'm using is kind of worn out. So it will occasionally let go of the shoulder buttons whilst I'm holding them down. Which is unfortunate. It's also the reason I have to unplug my controller when I go on Destiny, because if it swaps to that, there's a chance I might not be able to shoot things with the fusion rifles and what have you. But I have had that issue before. Right, okay, so I can dump that now. Right, so if I pause this because I want to find out where the thing is. Right, does it say where all the cats are? Collapse department area. Okay. A lot of stuff goes back to that collapse department area. So basically looking for a bunch of cats by the door. believe it should be through this way. There they all are. Look at them all. Cigarette, cigarette. This is a lot of doors. Wow. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna do that. Do that, and there we go, we got Miss Fairden with cat ears now. Oh my goodness, there's so many more. Alright, cool. Don't you want to go in to meet your friends, buddy? I guess not. Okay. Right. Alright. Dear Ash, as Chief Excavation Officer, it's my job to support the research team. So I got you your machine for that ridiculous sand research project. However, it's also my responsibility to ensure the safety of my crew. Do you know how many trips it took to get the entire bulldozer down here piece by piece? And do you know how many guys we lost in those trips? Here's a hint. Too many. Which brings me to my next point. I'm writing you today because of this request form that just landed on my desk. Apparently you want a lightweight 1 or 2 man military grade helicopter for the purposes of surveying the vast expanse of columns by air. But you didn't stop to wonder how much time, money, effort and blood this toy would cost us. Well, no, sir. I'm sorry, but I will not subject my men to another month of marching through that death trap upstairs. For Christ's sake, these people have families. Not that I ever get to see them anymore. Request denied. To Dr. Theodore Ash, Jr. As Director of the Federal Bureau of Control and chosen representative, liaison and benefactor of the great authority of the Board, I demand your immediate withdrawal from the Foundation. Prior memos issued broadly to Foundation staff called for swift reassignment of all personnel to the upper levels of the House. All staff complied except you. This demonstrates a lack of respect for my office and the Board itself. This is their house, and we are their guests. We should conduct ourselves accordingly. Normally, such insubordination would be grounds for dismissal, but, out of respect for your late father, consider this my final warning. Board and Director Ash chose me as successor to the office. No amount of petulance will change that. Indeed, your actions seem to suggest you know better than myself, and by extension, better than the Board. Permit me to assure you, this is not possible. Sincerely, Director Broderick Northmore. Kiev. Recordings of the audio phenomena were uploaded on the internet shortly after the event. Sorry about that. These records circulated rapidly on popular messaging boards. The communications department utilised this exposure by creating Sky Trumpet hoax videos, posting related theories to spread confusion and draw attention away from the event's paranatural origin. Industrial noise, particularly the sound of metal drilling, was found to be a widely accepted explanation. Fears about the sound emanating from the Earth itself, and as seismic hum, emerged from the public itself, but were encouraged by the Bureau to generate further misdirection and eventual public disinterest. Witnesses of the event were monitored discreetly afterwards. Observed symptoms were consistent with blank deprivation, I'm assuming that's sleep deprivation, but subsided after 12 to 15 days. The length of the symptoms directly correlated to the individual's proximity unsheltered to the supposed epicenter. One linked, although accidental, casualty can be listed, see report RE, the effects of planar friction on hearing aids, valve 14-200-1010. Meteor Hill, AWE-3. Note. Per archival mandates 8.A, this document has been edited to meet current administrative standards. Certain terminology may be out of date. This paradimensional occurrence consists of 3 sequential sinkholes induced by subterranean implosions, revealing foreign material of magmatic qualities. Sorry, I need a drink. A local chapter of the Youth Science League were participating in an archaeological dig on the hill when the event occurred. Many boys were injured in the resulting collapse. Some touched the magma directly. So, throat feels like really dry all of a sudden. Bureau agents arrived at the scene 7 days after the incident. Samples of lava-like material were taken. The area was quickly sealed off from the public at our recommendation. Our aim was to ensure that all remnants of the material were rendered inoffensive, but the magma descended too deeply into the earth to retrieve. Foul-smelling odours were detected in the area, which were hypothesized to be dissipated elements vapor trail. The dissipated elements of vapor trail left at the scene. All acquired materials was delivered to Washington for examination in the Bureau's on-site laboratories. Alright. VHS tape procedures. Item has proven impossible to fully contain when in proximity of human beings. Item is to be sent to blank in the blank of the eldest house in order to prevent any future access. I'm assuming that's is to be sent to the foundation of the eldest house. A VHS tape cassette. I will not eject from the television player used at the time its altered status became evident. The VHS plays footage of blank entity A-001 cleaning the floor and dancing. This footage renders individuals incapable of movement, speech, or thought while the television screen is within view. This effect is estimated to last indefinitely. Most time spent in this state by a test subject is 21 hours. Individuals only recollect hearing strange music during their entranced state. Footage plays on a constant loop even when the television is not connected to a power source. Even when the television and its footage are contained within an enclosed cell with no windows. Agents in proximity have been driven to open and enter the cell by the item's entrancing nature. The game's creation is the source of much research and debate. It is a product of the Bureau's first attempts to film Blank, Entity A-001, during Operation Shallow Tide. An agent was able to conceal themselves in the area frequented by Artie, at which point they began filming. The agent reported that the video camera showed no signs of disturbance during the filming. Later, when reviewing the footage, the research staff became mesmerized by its altered effect. Measures were taken and altered evaluation began. Never before have Bureau personnel been so closely involved in the creation of an altered item. The experiment was quickly replicated, though not with the same results. The footage was simply useless in every subsequent attempt. This event spawned a great debate as to whether altered items are created by paranatural entities, intentionally or otherwise. Similar experiments were prohibited soon after, see Ash Act for details, as the creation of altered materials was deemed an action the Bureau should not engage in. And now we have a crap ton. Okay. This corruption manifests in vastly different ways. Some hosts remain largely unchanged, while others are barely recognisable as human. What determines this level of alteration? Is it the duration of the corruption? It could simply be an evolutionary process, each entity representing a stage of growth in an undiscovered linear progression leading towards what? Additionally, these entities possess various paranatural abilities. How have they achieved this? Did they gain them from corrupting objects of power? Have they corrupted a single highly talented para-utilitarian and divided their access to paranatural abilities across a network of his corrupted hosts? As a scientist, I am hindered by the sheer number of questions. Difficult to identify where one should begin. It's the most pertinent question. How do we kill it? That seems a good start. Refer to file blank for full report. Alright, for some time now there's been a steady increase in the annual number of AWEs that the Bureau responds to. In 2010 and 2015 we responded to blank AWEs. For comparison, note that we only responded to blank between 1995 and 2005. Is this rise a result of blank, improvement in the detective procedures, or perhaps simply coincidence? We cannot say for sure. This is why this proposal for an AWE task force has been created within the hierarchy of the investigations sector has been compiled. We need to spend more time examining what causes AWEs rather than just containing them. Refer to file 5-95-1737 for the report. Okay. Dr. Yoshimi Tokui. Dr. Yoshimi Tokui is a Japanese citizen residing in Tokyo. Has produced a series of guided imagery experience audio recordings that have gained notable popularity around the globe. Due to his unusually swift rise to fame, along with reports of vivid blank accompanying the use of his tapes, investigation sector staff were asked to look into Dr. Tokui's background. We found no past incident with an altered occurrence, nor any evidence of involvement with altered organisations. However, agents that attended a signing event reported blank when hearing Dr. Tokui speak. We recommended that the research team obtain an audio recording of Dr. Tokui's voice, perform any and all relevant analyses. Based on the findings, the investigation sector will determine the next steps regarding Dr. Tokui, as well as his eligibility for the Prime Candidate Program. Oh, so much to read. Okay. The Songmaster Jukebox, OOP10-KE, came to the Bureau's attention through a local radio piece regarding Tech's roadside diner and the events that transpired there. Every diner is reported being temporarily transported to an undetermined location that they later described as a sandy coastline. The Bureau took custody of the object the same day. The diners were told a gas leak was responsible for the imagined beach vacation. In an interview with the diner's owner, it was discovered that the albums in the object had been replaced the day before the event by a service responsible for the machine's upkeep, who left only the single blank record inside. Agents attempted to track down Blessed Repairs and Service, but find no company by that name in the state. Blessed again. Action taken. Blessed Repair and Service has been added to the list of outstanding investigations. Any and all information on this business, its employees, or any known associates to be forwarded to Mr. Blank in the investigation sector immediately. Review. Dr. Darling had personally recommended Miss Pope for a promotion based on her work ethic and assistance in advancing ongoing research matters. See research reports Blank for breakthrough resulting from her work. Recommendation. According to her colleagues, Pope has displayed a keen eye for detail, a quick grasp of paranatural concepts. She is professional and diligent, though some of her co-workers complain of social disinterest. The review committee approves of this recommendation and promotes Miss Pope to the position of research specialist. On the invention of Power Core. After numerous attempts, I've finally found a way to intercept and contain the ambient energy of the ley lines in a kind of non-Aristotelian battery I've dubbed the Power Core. I admit it was difficult capturing an energy that I can barely measure, much less interact with. Luckily, it seems that the porous stone of the Foundation's caverns possess such conductive qualities. By using stone flakes and copper wire, my power cores collect significant power. My early prototypes collected too much. In fact, I've since reinforced the container. We don't yet know the repercussions of tapping into this power field. As a precaution, these devices should not be taken outside the house. Ideally, the Bureau should no longer need rely on typical energy sources. My greatest feat of engineering yet. I've always had an interest in Yeah. Oh my goodness, I'm struggling to read this. I've always had an interest in invention. I like the creativity that it allowed, set within firm boundaries of logic and physics. Father never approved calling it mundane science. With that in mind, I dedicate this invention to Theodore Ashe Sr. May he scowl in peace. Alright. Sealed threshold again. Threshold with the effect blank manifested in the containment sector in the middle of the blank department. Simultaneously, numerous blank appeared in the area, injuring and killing many blank. After rescue operations were completed and blank, Rangers were sent in to discover the threshold's epicenter. The sheer amount of blank made the expedition impossible. It was sealed off after removing the clocks proved an impossible task. The department was relocated and the area abandoned. Researchers theorized the threshold introduced unstable matter to our dimension, which adopted the form of the blank as blank when introduced to more stable blank. So that's the one with the anchor, where it was just constantly creating clocks, just not self-replicating, but replicating more and more and more and more and more clocks. Pardon me. Alright. On to janitor. An odd thing happened today. I was on my way to the lower caves to visit the id. I was bringing them a teddy bear to see what they'd do with it, and I came across a stranger. I found his unperturbed composure in this strange place curious. So I engaged him in conversation. He explained himself in an idiosyncratic foreign manner. I believe he's one of the Finnish immigrants that has been arriving to the city. It's odd that the Bureau has already brought sanitation services down here. Cleanliness is next to godliness, I suppose. His name was difficult to make out, but I found him to be an interesting fellow. He knows a surprising amount about this place, and seems to move in it with uncanny ease, which I admit vexes me a bit. I would master the twists and turns of the beast's belly before some janitor, and yet he easily slipped away and left me lost in the red caves when I tried to pursue. I hope to run into him again. Seems to feel right at home here, as I'm beginning to. Perhaps next time I'll introduce him to the id. Bet they'd like that singing voice of his. Television proposal. Based on the success of America Overnight, we would like to propose the creation of a television series that presents superstition and skeptical thought as entertainment, in order to popularize these concepts among the civilian population and create less resistance to redirecting information regarding public paranatural events. We've also used a solid media outlet to test paranatural concepts on civilian audiences, seeing how they react to certain facts presumed as fiction, in the event that the Bureau ever decides to make certain realities public knowledge. Sorry, I need another drink. There are various show licenses we could purchase and reboot rather than starting from scratch. One particular property seems promising, especially considering its content and tone are precisely what we're looking for. It's called Night Springs. It's been off the air for a few years now. Interesting. Night Springs, for if you don't know, is a TV show you can find throughout Alan Wake 1. So like in Control we get the Threshold kids. Alan Wake 1 had Night Springs. It'd basically be like a bunch of like short stories. It'd be like one that I remember is there's like a bunch of people stood around like a guy that's asleep, and you can hear this ticking sound, and they're all just like, we've got to keep him asleep no matter what. Like if he wakes up, the world's about to end. And like, well, why is the world gonna end if he wakes up? It's like, because he's dreaming us. And the guy's like, I thought this was my dream. And basically the end of the guy wakes up. I don't remember it all. It's been like a few weeks since I watched it. Anyways, at his cabin, Lovely lumps, holiday humps. The on is warm, the beer is cold, and the kosu is in the ice. Lovely. Alright, cave paintings. First, I thought the cave paintings in the Foundation chronicled ancient humans' encounters with natural occurrences like weather. Pardon me. Sorry, like weather. but it soon became clear they depicted events far outside the average human. Oh my goodness, pardon me. Outside far outside the average human experience. Also, it seemed I was wrong to assume the images are ancient. Radiocarbon dating suggests something impossible. I've been down here longer than the paintings. That's absurd, though. Style and medium clearly indicate Paleolithic origin. I was ready to conclude that an ancient community of humans lived in or around the oldest house. Now, with this information, I don't know what to think. Is one of our agents drawing these? Or is there someone down here with us? Loud engine. This place has a habit of skewing my results, so perhaps the data is corrupted, or perhaps some paintings were created at different times. The art does seem to chronicle not only the past, but also the present and possibly even the future. I see in them echoes of the board, some linear architecture, even what could be interpreted as a director. Are the paintings telling a story that's still being written? If so, who's writing it? Alright. Collective unconscious is defined as a form of the unconscious that is shared in all human minds. From this arises unconscious knowledge linking us all through linking us through our ancestral heritage. See Jung Report, page 12 to 34. Right. Through this collective unconscious, we unknowingly attribute a series of images and archetypes, all elements of our lives. These archetypes are never fixed, but shift and change in tandem with our species and culture. This internal belief in the power of images, shared by a massive population, is blank in the creation of altered items and objects of power. The sheer amount of blank exude is attracted to the best representation of that image, it being a single object with massive amounts of blank. Theoretically, places of power could likewise be formed by the simple power of sustained collective belief. Explorations of the Foundation have resulted in yet another mystery, a fascinating series of etchings on large stone tablets. The tablets themselves are likely not native to the Foundation, being as they are slabs of sedimentary stone, quite different from the cave's categorization-defying rock. Jesus Christ. I'm proper struggling with this. The placement and form are also too intentional to be naturally occurring. But who braved this place to carry them in? And for what purpose? I discovered a 5-point macro entanglement between the tablets and the pillar at its centre. These links seem to extend beyond our level of consciousness, some astral realm I can't detect. Is Northmore's board somehow somehow tied to this? The etchings on these tablets are similarly curious. They differ from the cave paintings in style and technique, but clearly not the same origin. Are they visual narration of some event, or do they indicate intent, a wish, a plan? They only seem to consist of a tree and the pillar, but the sizes of either are inconsistent. What does this signify? Missing a key piece of this puzzle, and it's unlikely I'll ever find them. The pillar found in Crossroads is best described as an onyx spike that protrudes from the cave floor like an imposing stalagmite. Despite its aggressive silhouette, the structure has an undeniable allure. Freud would certainly have something to say about the pillar's overly erect nature. I'm more drawn to to Whitmore's essay on dynamic layers, structures within structures, a fractal mirror in every being. Given its significant location, I believe the pillar is either the very heart of the oldest house, or an intrusion within that heart. Or perhaps it's like the husk of a seed from which the oldest house sprouted. I'm not sure if that's Trottier or Trosha. Wrote that the great architecture isn't built, grows. Then why does this pillar look so different from the rest of the place's concrete walls and rocky caverns? It's easier to see it as an anomaly, a buried artifact, a foreign body, a demonic phallus. You had to add that bit, didn't you? I wonder if this pillar is any more welcome here than we are. Hedron containment and siphoning practices. Hedron and the Hedron resonance are arguably the greatest assets this Bureau has ever possessed. The security of Hedron is unspeakably vital, which is why we have blank from the majority of the Bureau employees. This report details the containment procedures required for the Hedron containment chamber, including details on the blank being pumped into the containment cell, mechanical upkeep of the resonance siphons, the arrangement of the acoustic pillars to dampen or amplify sonic ranges of the chamber. Note for more information on the proper operational procedures of the resonance siphons. An additional report is coming soon. Right, I'm gonna have another drink, I think. The oldest house has revealed so much to me during my months in the Foundation, but many questions remain. Primarily, re-etchings bewilder me. What's their significance? The house has changed shape over its lifetime, as I've theorized. And was a tree its first form? I sent the team to the Schwarzmann building in search of pre-settlement accounts of Manhattan Island. From those I discovered a single relevant line. And there I found a tree not known to me, the devil twisted within its bark. That line, taken with the fact that certain American cultures believe that some trees would offer wisdom and guidance, is indeed interesting. However, it's hardly firm as evidence, and though I'm now bound to the oldest house, I remain a man of science. Of course, there are numerous ancient beliefs regarding trees. Yggdrasil, tree of knowledge, Yax Imixche. Some cultures offer blood sacrifices to trees, while others claim the trees endowed chosen individuals with inhuman powers. Do New York City's many murders act as sacrifice for the oldest house? Does the house have a chosen champion? Me? I mean, he did say that he could hear the house, so maybe. From my research into the oldest house's ley lines, I still don't understand why they converge here, at the base of this pillar. I suppose the simplest reason is that they have to converge somewhere. Occam's razor and all that. But it seems wrong. The esoteric world abhors coincidence. So, what is the true relationship between this pillar and the ley lines? Does it act as a magnet, attracting them, pulling off? Or is the pillar a product of their focused energies? A sprout nourished by the constant flow of the oldest house's power. Perhaps classifying that power would provide some insight. However, we currently have no means of measuring or quantifying it. Given time, it may become possible to collect and even harness this energy. On that note, Northmore is bringing in the much lauded Dr. Gustav Wagner from the headquarters in DC to aid my research. I suppose this is his way of saying he doesn't trust me to work unsupervised. Let's just hope Dr. Wagner is as smart as his dearly departed Fuhrer once believed him to be. That'll be the one that the note was complaining. I don't remember if it was a note or a audio log, but one of them complained about having to work with like an ex-Nazi. Guess that's Dr. Wagner. Right, lucky item manifest. Bronze koi fish, China. Attracts abundance and wealth. Feng Shui. Or if you like to upset people, Feng Shui. Horseshoe, Island. Worlds of Evil. Orientation important. Heels up, allows luck to be kept. Heels down, luck flows outwards. Maneki Neko, Japan. Beckoning cat used in shops. Paw held up, beckons to customers, creating luck for the business owner. Four-leaf clover, Island. Shamrock, rare plant variation. Connections to druidic healing rituals. Elephant, China. Protection, good luck, wisdom, Feng Shui, Feng Shui. Light bulb, various. Documented gambling indicates luck produced when all lights in the room are turned on. No effects of the items to be tested. Consider investigating the orientation of the horseshoe. Also, maybe positioning Feng Shui objects. Proximity of luck items may influence luck readings. I need to go back to that. Alright. More information on ritual use. Lucky. Actions to be performed and avoid. Relevant OCD behaviour, see file 9-28-1672. The mold threshold. So, you want to know how my mold research is getting on, Casper? Here it is. Microscopic organisms, similar in appearance to blank, construct the architecture of the mold. I do not understand if these blank are original disseminators of the mold, or are bitten by some fungal infection. The mold is the most prolific and durable organism I've ever seen. I theorize that there is a mold source located somewhere on our side of the threshold, rooted here to accelerate growth in our dimension. I refer to this yet unknown source as Mold-1. The mold produces an enticing aroma to encourage human consumption of itself. It propagates in the chest cavity and quickly subsumes the entire body, seizing control of most functions. I was expecting that to be a list, but it wasn't. It was just seizing control of most functions. This behavior was not observed when I first arrived, which means the mold has adapted to our presence, acting our biological imperatives as a way to spread. Really an ingenious little thing. A full report will be ready soon. Keep your stacks on. On the pyramid and geometry. I've been going through my library researching pyramids and triangles. If the shape does relate to the board, as Northmore says, then perhaps our predecessors in the occult can offer some insight through their geometric knowledge. In esotericism, the triangle is closely associated with the Holy Trinity and other three-part concepts: past, present, future, mind, body, spirit. Interestingly, the term board also implies multiple parts. Upright triangles in Judeo-Christian imagery indicates the ascent into the rational divine realm. Inverted, it signifies a descent into the corporeal/human. Naturally, the ascent is masculine, as the fall is feminine. Adam and Eve. That's just a bit of old world patriarchy. It's 1964 now, and we're well past that silliness. One would hope, but it's 2024, and people are still that silly. Not all people, obviously, but some people are still that silly. Considering the above, what does the inverted triangle tell us about the board? They're clearly not corporeal or human. Perhaps they wish to be, or they once were? The likeliest answer is simple, that theological imagery cannot help us define alien entities. But still, pyramids seem significant. Shapes have power, and clearly, so does the board. Obsessive-compulsive disorder, hoarding, anxiety disorders. While certain manifestations of these conditions are simply the result of mental illness, sometimes the individuals are simply performing blank, called rituals. The blank of rituals can vary. Numerology, dream logic, forfeiture, verbal formulae, repetitive action, and causal tethering are just some of the procedures involved. Some rituals are consistent, such as pulling a light switch cord 3 times to enter the motel, but some are erratic. While some people engage in minor rituals every day, the vast majority do not understand the importance behind their actions. Avoiding disaster, amassing luck, or simply locating lost keys are all the result of daily rituals. Individuals who recognize a deeper meaning behind these compulsive actions are inherently aware of the paranatural world and, when located, should be considered for employment at the Bureau. Refer to file blank for full report. Slide projector tests. The slide projector only works with slide 36. Logically, this means that the slide itself is part of the object of power, or a distinct altered item. But of course, I had to make sure no other slides worked. I had to try. I thought maybe emotion had something to do with it. Connection, history, love. I brought in my parents' old slides. Birthday parties, vacations to Niagara Falls. My first day of high school. That kind of thing. There were 2 boxes worth. I had to dig around the garage for an hour to find them. Never once looking at them since they passed. Read them all. Waited until the staff left for the night. I stayed up at that booth for hours, trying every one. Projector off, slide out, slide in, projector on. Nothing happens. Projector off, slide out, slide in, projector on. Nothing happens. Love wasn't the common factor. No correlation that I can see. If the slide itself is an object of power, if the projector is just an accessory, it doesn't matter. Kid have to burn the other slides because it was containing something dangerous, as demonstrated by slide 36. That's why they had to burn it. The Oldest House imposes certain limitations on our bureau, but by far the most restrictive is the inability to use certain technological instruments. The Oldest House does not allow devices that receive or emit any blank signal. Radio waves are the only transmittable signals in the Oldest House, even if those are often unreliable. If the power of collective unconscious is taken into account, it could be that certain pieces of technology are too new in the cultural blank for the Oldest House to blank them. Similarly, these items have not been known to become receptacles for altered status. Technology may be moving at too fast a pace for the blank to occur. Modern technology tends to disappear and break here, sometimes quite violently. Blank agents have been injured by cell phones exploding in their pockets while entering the Oldest House. That explains why there's a ban on bringing tech in. Examination of paranatural topics, interwoven causality of the formation. The formation is a tall stone structure found in the quarry site Beta, only reachable by placing distinct tokens into the jukebox. Object of power COP10. Case file for details. The formation's exact purpose is blank, but we can at least examine the relationship with the blank surrounding it. Measuring devices found trace evidence of blank at certain lines running from the formation to the blank. When examined properly, 4 direct ritual tethers were detected. Some form of sympathetic causality connects the formation with blank, which means, in theory, that when certain blank are performed at one, it will physically affect the other. I've been urged to note here that some individuals believe the formation responds to any fulfillment of purpose or desire in nearby individuals. So I'd like to remind those individuals that we're the parakinesiology department, not the parafeelings department. I'm proud to report that my team was able to design, construct, and install a permanent detection system. These archives will help rangers identify when the causal tethers are active, allowing them to better blank. Refer to file 8-38-1989 for full report. Alright. Darling's recent penned essay titled Blank contains some glaring omissions I feel I must shine light on. Firstly, the entire premise of the essay is that the quarry threshold is beneficial to the Bureau, while the mold is actively hostile to use its words. You cannot determine the worth of these dimensions and their life forms using bureaucratic definitions. Secondly, the mold is so much more beneficial than some rock. If the blank creating the mold were reconfigured to their purpose, the structure they could build rivaled the greatest skyscrapers. The mold's resistance to various strains of disease we've attempted to introduce could be derived into blank. Yes, admittedly, this application is more difficult than picking up a rock and doing it to a wall, but I pause to wonder where the Bureau lost its eagerness for a challenge. Red file 2-35-1663 for full report. Okay. The astral plane now physically accessible, a torrent of new information has been collected on the entities known as astral copies. The copies' bodies are composed of a dense stone-like material that is both resilient under controlled circumstances and brittle when struck with significant force. Whether the astral copies possess individual consciousness or are directed by a higher intelligence, such as the board, remains unknown. However, the shared aggression seems to indicate a unified goal. Director Faden's encounters with these entities, when binding objects of power in the astral plane, indicate they serve as live targets for potential para-utilitarians to practice on. Some have been equipped with Bureau weaponry, though it seems unlikely they were armed by our personnel. It is important to note that they appear immune to Hiss corruption. Refer to file blank for report. Astral entity, the astral mimic. Astral mimics are physically indistinguishable from astral copies, but considerably more dangerous due to the fact that they possess para-utilitarian abilities. The most notable ability witnessed is levitation. It's unknown how this astral entity gained its paranatural abilities. The relevant objects of power are currently bound to Director Faden, which indicates the objects of power are not responsible. However, objects of power are intrinsically linked to the board and the astral plane. A similar link between objects and the mimics could also exist. Or perhaps the board is able to dispense these abilities at their leisure, with no trial in the astral plane. With no trial in the astral plane required. The prevailing theory, however, is that the entities are simply replicating observed abilities performed by the Hiss, or even the director herself, thanks to a prolonged exposure to our world caused by the astral bleed. Words fell blank before report. Field research on astral entity, astral spike. Astral spikes are metastructural entities found in the astral plane. Their existence was first confirmed when a single spike travelled to our dimension through the mind of an astronaut. See report blank for full details. Agent Gibson. Astral spikes seem to exist beyond our dimension's physical laws. They do not resemble any living creature or animate object we have yet encountered. They are even dissimilar to astral copies, despite the fact that both originate from the astral plane. These spikes are immensely dangerous, emitting a wavelength that disrupts all organic and inorganic matter in their immediate vicinity, with catastrophic results. Discerning the nature of this wavelength has been difficult for obvious reasons, but the parakinesiology these words are so difficult for me to read. Department continues to investigate. Referred fell blank for full report. Right, okay, so we've got all those. Yeah, so that's research. This is like all of our Night Spring stuff, which this Over the Threshold Darkly sounds a lot like what happened to Trench. Like, it's not ready. Possibly meaning the defensive thing. Oh no, they wouldn't have had the defensive thing because they wouldn't have known about the defensive thing when they went through that. If they did. Horrible shapeless shifting entity fills the horizon. It can't be described how horrible it is. Then the director gets corrupted by the Hiss, which I'm assuming that is. Right, right, so we need to go back to the rituals division. Wrong way. Containment. Research, right, ritual division. Because there was something to do with the look, and I wasn't sure what it was. But now reading that, I know that all the lights need to be on. The cat's paw needs to be up. Right. Not synchronicity. Luck and probability is straightforward. Right. okay. That doesn't sound like it does anything. You're pointing up, that's fine. Take that with us. Okay, cat's paws up, so that's fine. It's pointing up. Right. Get on. You need to be on. On. No more lights in this room. Okay. Right, okay, so I need to be... Yeah, so I can't grab that like I thought I might be able to. Up there. So lock down is us stood on the carpet, maybe. Telephone? Where is it? Huh? The telephone like here. Oh. So that reset. That's fine. Nothing really happened with that. That might just be a... Nothing happens with this kind of thing. Less than 2 feet, I don't know. Right, what if... Pop it down there. What number is if even on? It's on 7. So I guess I need to have it land on 7. That's a little bit smoker. Right, I'm gonna look up what I actually need to do for this. I shall just be a second. Control, look. Look probably the way. Right. Okay. Right, anyway. Okay. Firstly, turn all 4 lamps on in the room, the roulette wheel. Sorted. Next, go to the previous room, make sure the horseshoe is pointing upwards. It is. We also want to make sure both Newton cradles are still... Oh, are still? Okay, so stop those moving. Lucky Cat is waving. Right. That's fine. Facing it up, that's all fine. Where do you want to go? On the other. Yep, that's fine. Bring the fish statue. Okay, cool. Right, okay, cool. That should all be sorted now. So all that we need to do is interact with this. God. So yeah, that landed on at 7, I believe. Yeah. And what that does is that gets you the golden suit, which, I'll be completely honest, I don't remember how to change the outfit. Goodness, I've got so many tokens. Right. Anywho, there are probably a lot more notes that I haven't found. Bye, Felicia. So yeah, there's probably a lot of notes that I haven't found. However, that gives you all a reason to play for yourself. And that is going to be the end of the Control playthrough. I believe the next thing I'm going to try to play, if I'm not too tired, start on Sunday, and it will be I'll be starting on Signalis, which I've heard good things about. I saw Jesse and folks playing it for Scary Game Squad. Oh wait, this is where we change outfits. So yeah, we've got Jan's assistant, the asynchronous suit, director's suit, candidate P7, office assistant, and the golden suit, which you get for the look thing that we just did. I personally prefer the civilian stuff, but each to their own, isn't it? Right, there's probably also a bunch of like stuff that I haven't found, I guess. But yeah, that's going to be it for Control for me. I'm going to consider this completed, and that's that. So yeah, thank you for joining me, and I shall catch you next time. Bye now.